Hey guys, it's Devmode again. Today I'm not going to really teach you guys any moves necessarily. I want to teach you guys, or at least let you peek into my thought process about how to make a combo, how to make a competitive performance. And this is going to be in the theme of the Golden Combo Tournament, and that's a tournament that JJ, March's instructor, developed as a way to connect the whole world and get them to make a 30 or so second combo and compete and show their best. So one thing about me is when you first did that in 2019, I got second place in the world in that tournament. And now, after a year break, they came back and it's going on right now. This year, there were 2 qualifying rounds. I didn't participate in the first, but I did the second and I qualified. And now we have the quarterfinal happening right now. So between each of these rounds, we also have to make new combos. And sometimes making that combo in the first place is kind of hard. It's a lot to do. And another reason I'm making this is I got to get to work on that because the quarterfinal combo is due at the end of this month and I haven't really started. So say you had all the time in the world, say you didn't, what do you do? I just want to talk about kind of developing a combo, connecting your tricks, thinking about what you want to fit in a limited amount of time. So obviously in these combos, you want to show your best side, right? And you want to also push yourself to your limits, but you also don't want to look bad at the same time while doing that. Right? So you got to find that harmony, and while doing that, you got to find a way for it all to go smoothly, which is the hardest part. So what I like to do first is I like to think about the favorite move that I have right now. And if you've put in your combos before, such as this Golden Combo Tournament with multiple rounds, I try to keep it different. So my favorite move now might not be the same as the favorite move I had back then. Let's say if you have ever seen I hope you have, if you've seen my second world scoring Golden Combo final from 2019, I would say my favorite move is where I did this double sim X, where I have them out just like this, and then I have one arm intersect the other arm, forcing this guy to spin out. And then while doing that, I also pop a sim X there, and I add a little knee bounce. No, I'm going to mess it up. Oh, I actually went behind the head there, but yeah, I force this one sim X into action, swing this guy over for getting that, pop off the knee, and I come over. All right, so now you got a favorite move, you got maybe a cool point, and I have other favorite moves in that combo, but how do I get here? All right, if you notice when I just pulled in, usually I'll get in the sim X or the eagle claw, just like that. So if I want to do this with both my hands, notice the chucks are spinning in and out, right? They're both spinning in that outward direction. So if I need to get into this, to get into this, to get into that, I need to find out how to get into that first move. Well, you have a couple options. Say that you want to start off strong. You can just start your combo, boom, 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 wham. But I don't feel like that brings enough action. So I got to do some tricks already, do some transitions to then get my chucks here. So my chucks are here, and I think, what do I like to do while they're out here? I know I like to juggle them. I know I like to do these underarm throws. All right. So I just got some tricks and turned this into something cool. Oops. But now I also still did start these throws from this position that I was trying to get into. So say I really like that. That shows a bit of coordination. Well, one option too is I can use my arm as a little rebound to come out of here. All right, so now my chucks are spinning the same way. To get into this opposite side spin, all I did was go from them facing the same way and hit one arm and then go. When you do that, make sure your chucks are nice and far away from you before you approach that, because if it's here and your chucks hit, you're gonna get hit. All right, so I came from here. All right, let's say, one thing that, let's say I have this more towards the beginning of my combo, I decide I want to do it early on, get that move over with. I'm talking about the power move, of course. That means now I got to figure out how I got here. I can start from here and pull my chucks over. Now, if you've ever learned the hurricane, that's on my Instagram tutorials, which it's hard to teach. It's just really flailing, where you have your chucks spin in the same direction, you spin your body as you're going around. So that's why I call it a hurricane, is it looks chaotic. All right. So I decided back in 2019, that's how I was going to start. I walked up, get my hurricane in. I had 2 spins in it, but I go, and then maybe I feel like right after that standing still and doing this, just didn't do it. So I came out of my hurricane, I decided, let's make it a little bit more involved on this side. Now if I went straight into this, it's still not enough action. I wanted to put in something else. All right, this might not apply to everybody, but one other move I know is a double backward up throw. But I can't do it on this side very smoothly unless I rebound my chucks and have them go up. So I'm going to use the magic of the circle where it spins down on this side, but it spins up on this side, right? So I turn my forward 3 beat into a backward 3 beat just by looking at the circle from the other direction. Now I can approach my double upward throw. I'm there, whoosh, and I get that. Approaching this style move is, I believe, in the first tutorial about these like twisty behind the back throws. Or it was one of the tutorials, so that's at least approaching this move, while the other hand does a nice, easy throw for the other guy to get. All right, now I'm here. I just caught my chucks. All right, I can come back out to where I was. Now I kind of made having had my chuck spin in the same direction pretty worthwhile. Now I can rebound and start my throw. Trap in the sim X, go. All right, and I forgot how I did that move. All right, so I built that whole combo around just wanting to do this. I keep wanting to do another variation of it. I built this whole combo around wanting to do this move, all right? And now I made something that works up to that power move. So in doing that, I discovered some other power moves along the way. I had the Hurricane. That's a strong start. I can get that second spin. I hate doing these slow-mo. And then you know what? Rather than going on a 3B from here, I decided to do some poi crossers instead. Right? I believe Ken Hill has some fantastic tutorials, and it's because of him that I even landed this one. I haven't taught it yet because I don't know how to. From here, I loosen it up into that 3 beat to get me ready for the throw. Wham, throw, boom, wham. Now, after having caught that throw, I didn't go back into the 3 beat. I found out that I could, where am I catching this at? I found out that I could just pull it in front of me. I'm in the juggle, and then eagle claw, go. Now, I know a lot of this would be a mouthful for you, but the idea is I have a move that I want, and I need to get there a certain way. Just like how I talked about those amputations and, mixing another move into it, you find things that satisfy the qualifications for another thing, right? And in this case, it was just spinning direction and orientation, all right? So I had to get from here, and then I can get in the spin from a spin that's not the spin too, just by doing an easy rebound. Other ways too is, say my chucks are spinning the same way, I can get a little stall and go. My stalls aren't the cleanest, but you get the idea. All right, you can also use your body as rate directors too. I can pull this chuck to the back, get a little underarm bounce, and now they're spinning the same direction. All right, so those are some ideas. Now let's take it to what I'm thinking about right now. And normally I like to keep my golden combo stuff under wraps until I let it out, but I'm kind of spitballing right now because I'm in panic mode. So for the end of this month. So let's see what we got. I was talking about the favorite move. I don't really have any right now, but sometimes certain moves catch my attention. All right. Right now, as I was messing around the other day, without hitting my head like it just did, I like this as a little kind of fallback. These are alternating blockbuster strikes. So I'm going. A lot of times what I like to do is I like to throw one behind my neck, get a nice horizontal throw. That's a switch, and I pull out with the other one. This time, I wanted to instead do it around the neck, but keep it on the same hand. This other hand, my right hand on this side, while this guy's doing its business, I'm going to come around for a cool under the leg catch on the same hand sort of style thing. If you guys have watched my tutorial on portaling, I kind of explained that motion a little bit. So these hands both have distinct but not equally difficult jobs to do. And now they're coming out. So I haven't figured out how to get into this. I'm kind of contradicting, but this is moving forward in your combo. So I'm now in this position. This chuck just came around my neck this way, so it's smoothest to have it keep going in that direction. This guy came up and around, and after he's come out, he wants to go this direction. So what I have now is my chucks want to come opposite ways. All right? I don't really feel comfortable doing anything from here. I could probably figure something out, but let's say instead, I don't have my left hand up and my right hand down. I'm coming out of this position, let's say I switch them. So I have the altitude switched here, all right? I kind of did a neck move earlier, maybe I could build on that. So I just went around the neck here. I threw this guy up and pretend I caught him. From here, catch that new side. This guy's coming up. Let's do another neck roll. So as this guy came up, I'm here, catch. I don't think we had enough neck rolls. This guy goes too, right? And now they finish out here, right? Maybe from here, I kind of got to a nice strong stance. That's probably enough complexity for now. I'll do something relatively easy. I tell you guys the XMA style basics. From here, my chucks are nice and prepared for me to come out, all right? Or I can finish that out of my hips. I'll need to figure that out. Now I'm kind of on this XMA, step out strike sort of thing. Maybe I should keep it going too. I just decided to do half of a 3-beat weave and swing them both over too. This is, I don't know if it's me. I'm not really watching myself right now. But now I kind of made a whole combo out of just this weird kind of off the top of my head sort of thing. But I was building off of the limitations that I had from certain moves I was in. I'm seeing these compromising positions, but I chose to do something with it too. So when you think of something and it's just hard to do, don't let that be the limiting factor for you. So we covered things such as, finding your favorite move and working out how you're going to get up there, and also what you want to do from there. And saying that you don't have any favorite moves that you're doing at the moment, kind of how you want to flow things together. This is at least how my mindset works. And I'm not telling you this is the only way to make things too. Some people, and I've even done this once before, even though it's not my style when it came to martial arts performances, is I've even written the whole thing down on paper without testing it too. So that's definitely an option as well. But definitely build on your own strengths. Find the things that you're good at or the things that you like. And also if you choose something that you like to do rather than what you see most people doing, you'll care about doing it more. I mean, you'll invest a lot more effort into it, and that's what matters. In martial arts, my students, we go to these tournaments, but they're largely based on like the traditional forms that we do in our martial art. And you'll eventually get up to black belt and you'll be using your black belt forms to compete, but you can also still win not doing those difficult forms. And I always tell my students at this point, it's less about doing forms that are at your level and ones that you really care about because you'll like to do it. You'll care about doing it, you'll give your best self. So when you do your combos, if you see everybody, pulling out something like that all the time, that doesn't mean you have to do it too. If you really like your 3-beat weave, and you just feel like, you're in the zone when you're there, maybe look into variations with that. I'm doing my 3-beat weave and maybe I can, start body tracing from there. Learn a little bit of that. That's the same thing. Maybe I want to be able to alternate around. Maybe I want to be able to spin. Maybe you don't have a ceiling fan and you want to start circling it up and around, right? So that's stuff that you care about that you can build on. Maybe you want to get a lot more behind the back tech. I'm not too good at these one-arm switches, but or under the leg sort of things. And you'll find a lot of things along the way too. So many times I've made my combos and then I end up changing the whole script because I discovered a new move along the way. And that's really you truly finding your own style when you do it too. So if you have anything coming up, or if you just want to make a killer reel for your Instagram or something like that, these are some tips to kind of find out what you could do next, all right? I won't say it works universally or anything, but I think it's at least a good format for a beginner trying to connect some moves that they know. So give it a try, use some padded chucks, and have a lot of fun.